What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another NFL video with your boy. Drop a like down below, comment anything in the comment section, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Today, Thursday, we have a NFL showdown to start off week 13 between the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints. This is an interesting one to get into, so I'm not going to keep up too much of your time. I've had a lot of people asking me how to work the Showdown NFL optimizer, so I'm going to show you that as well getting into it. So I started off on the classic mode. This is for the main slate December 5th, and I will show you how to get to the showdown and do everything you need to do for showdown. All right, so first thing you do when you get to the Greenlight optimizer, you get access to this, by the way, my personal projections when you get the NFL weekly package. All right, so if you want the showdown, you're going to want to click on switch to showdown, right? Then boom, it pops up. It'll say showdown Dallas at New Orleans, as you can see. You'll have the single game, and then you are on the lineup builder. All right, so there you go. I am going to show you how to put somebody at captain and all that type of stuff in just a second. So first and foremost, let's talk this game out, man. This is an interesting one. You have New Orleans finally going to Taysom Hill, which I think they should have done from the beginning. I think he's finally. I think he was injured on something though. I can't remember exactly what was going on. But Simeon was starting. Now they finally have Taysom Hill back in, and I think this is a better fit here because Taysom Hill at least gives defenses a little worry on the ground. You know what I mean? And with Alvin Kamara out and stuff, I mean things could it could help them out a ton here. Taysom Hill's not the most accurate quarterback. He's not a guy who's going to kill you for 350, 400 yards through the air. But he is a guy that, because of the worry with what he can do with his feet, he's going to open up little short routes and stuff like that for the receivers, little dump offs to the running backs, stuff like that. It will open up a little more with Taysom Hill at quarterback. Now his price is really, really low, so I'm completely fine at Taysom Hill starting quarterback with his rushing ability. Now I'll tell you this: I'm locking him regardless. Whether he's at captain or he's at flex, I'm locking him regardless. Now, my take on this is with Alvin Kamara out and Mark Ingram being the ball hog running back for New Orleans here, at home in New Orleans. He's a guy who's going to get a lot of dump offs from Taysom Hill. He's a guy who's going to run the ball a lot. It's a solid spot for him. So personally, I kind of prefer Mark Ingram as being the captain. It's a tough one though. It kind of depends on how you think this game's going to go. If you think Dallas is going to blow them out and get a big lead, Mark Ingram's still going to get involved in the pass game, but maybe it doesn't, game script doesn't equal out as well for him. You know what I mean? So I can understand your thought process on that. But the thing is here is that he is cheap. Okay, plain and simple. Mark Ingram is cheap. I like putting Mark Ingram at captain because he's only 7.5 at captain. See how I did that, by the way? You have a C and an F. F is for flex. My God. F is for flex. C is for captain. Sorry, my alarm's going off. Not alarm, but my motion sensors. Captain is the C. Flex is the F. So if you want to put a guy at captain, all you got to do is click on his C. So if you don't want it to be him, you can go Dak. And when you click on it, you'll get his price. His captain price is right here. His captain projection is right here. Okay, that is where you can see their projection for captain and their salary for captain right there. All right. So with Mark Ingram being super cheap, no Alvin Kamara, I'm gonna set him up at captain because it really opens things up in the lineup. Now I already said I want Taysom Hill regardless. If he's not in captain, gotta put him at the flex under the F. All right. So starting off the core, we have Mark Ingram at captain, seeing that we're not going to have Alvin Kamara. We're going to get a huge usage for Ingram. He's going to get a lot of little dump offs from Taysom Hill. Like I said, Taysom Hill's not a guy who's going to really aim down the field. He's going to do little short routes, little short dump offs and stuff, which his rushing ability really opens things like that up. So that'll be good for him. So pairing Ingram with Taysom Hill is perfectly fine. You can switch this around and go Taysom Hill at captain if you want to. Just depends on how you feel about the value. There's been okay value, especially with Mark Ingram only being 5K at flex. But we'll see how it goes as time goes on if anything pops up. But so Mark Ingram, Taysom Hill are the first two guys, and then you got to get exposure to Dak, in my opinion. I mean, yes, you're going to have to pay some money, but at the end of the day, Dak Prescott's a beast. He's a very solid guy, and I just haven't had a lineup where I don't have Dak yet. I haven't seen much of a reason for it. You got Amari Cooper coming back. CeeDee Lamb is back. I mean, they're getting healthy here. Plain and simple. Dak Prescott's in a fantastic spot here. in a dome. So it's just a good spot here for Dak. And I don't really have to explain that too much. So Mark Ingram at captain, saving me some money, is who I have at captain. But like I said, you can switch to Taysom Hill. You can go Dak. Any of these three can go captain for me. But I do lean Mark Ingram because of his price and the amount of usage he should get here. Taysom Hill, obviously don't have to explain. Dak Prescott, obviously don't really have to explain. Now, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper. I'm not expecting much of a limitation for Amari. He was just sick. Now he's feeling good to go. I'm expecting full go out of Amari Cooper here. He's a solid option, obviously, at 8.6. He is a good bit cheaper than CeeDee Lamb. I do have Lamb point per dollar higher than Amari Cooper just because I think Lamb's going to have a big game here. But it just comes down to how you're feeling about the slate, man. You know what I mean? You gotta, look into who you expect Marshawn Lattimore to cover because that's really gonna open up the other receiver here. CeeDee Lamb just really sticks out to me here. I really like CeeDee. I really like Amari Cooper. Dalton Schultz has been really solid. So this little core of guys for Dallas, you can perfectly pair up with Dak, no problem. Now on the New Orleans side, well, Michael Gallup's also an option as well. Like if you want to say, you know what, CeeDee Lamb's too expensive, I'm going to go Amari Cooper and Gallup paired up with Dak. I completely understand that as well because you're getting Gallup at 6.8. And Gallup, with Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb on the field, Gallup's going to see more open looks. You know what I mean? Like it's just going to take a little bit of attention off with the defense focusing on Lamb and Amari Cooper. Gallup should be able to get some, big plays. But the thing for me is that you really got some cheap guys on this New Orleans receiving squad. And the way I see it going is Dallas getting up slightly and them really having to throw the ball. Taysom Hill's not going to love those long down the field passes, but when it comes to the New Orleans receiving core, let's sort point per salary. We've got Kenny Stills at a 2.61 if you really want to punt at 200. Malik Turner if you really want to punt. But on the New Orleans side, Deontay Harris is the first guy that's going to be on the field a good bit that really projects out to me as a good point per dollar. I have him projected at 9.7. Deontay Harris is a solid option to pair up with Taysom Hill here. I really like that spot for him as a value. Greg Zuerlein, obviously, in a dome. Both of these kickers are solid options in a dome. They're both getting good spots here, and they're both fairly cheap. You got 4.2 for Zuerlein, 4K for Mayer, or however you say his name. So pretty much the core deal here, there's not any like amazing value on this slate. So I like getting some extra money. Putting Mark Ingram at captain really looks good for me. And then you've got Taysom Hill and Dak because I mean you're gonna have plenty of money even with you getting Dak and Dak Prescott at an expensive price. You're still gonna have plenty of money to make things work here with over 7,000 remaining per position. So outside of those guys, obviously the Dallas receivers, you can go Lamb, Cooper, Schultz, Gallup, any of those guys. I haven't had any problems getting like a CeeDee Lamb paired up, but if you want to save some money from CeeDee Lamb, obviously Amari Cooper almost being 2,000 less is very interesting to me there as well. I'm going to do more looking into who I'm expecting Marshawn Lattimore to shadow. I'll look more into that and find out, and then it'll definitely open things up for me. I believe. Man, that's tough because both CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper like to move to the slot and move around a good bit. Gallup's the one who really stays predominantly on the outside. I don't know if they're going to have Lattimore shadow Gallup, though. For what? You know what I mean? Probably CeeDee Lamb. You know what I mean? But we'll see what happens. I don't see Lattimore going into the slot, though. So when they do move CeeDee Lamb into the slot, he's going to get some open opportunities in that aspect. Plus, he plays the slot more than Amari Cooper, so I believe it's though. I could be switched up between those two, but I believe that CeeDee Lamb runs in the slot more than Amari Cooper does. So maybe we see Lattimore on Amari Cooper, and that really opens things up for CeeDee Lamb. But if I'm going to look into it a little more. If it looks like Lattimore's going to be on Lamb, then it's going to really bump Amari Cooper in my eyes and Gallup. If we're going to probably see Lattimore on Cooper, it's going to really open up CeeDee Lamb and Gallup that way too. But either way, I think Gallup's a solid bet. And yeah, I don't have a ton of love for Zeke. Zeke's just playing banged up right now. I also don't have much love for Pollard. I'm really just trying to get the receiving core here on both sides outside of Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram's probably the best point per dollar play on this entire Showdown slate. And whether you put him at captain or you put him at flex, I feel like Taysom Hill and Ingram are probably locked in your lineups with the amount of workload Mark Ingram's going to get. Like, regardless of game script. Okay, with Taysom Hill at quarterback, they're going to use a lot of dump offs to guys like Mark Ingram, so he's still going to have a solid go here. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be interesting to see, man. There's a lot of different ways that we can go on this showdown. Um, yeah, but I pretty much talked about all the ways I'm looking at as of right now in the day. Like I said, it is important to kind of do some research into. It's beginning of the day. I'm going to be studying this stuff all day as well as NBA. So once I get a good definitive feel on who Marshawn Lattimore is most likely going to shadow, that's really going to make things a lot easier on the showdown slate. And if you can get that prediction right, you're really going to be looking good because Lattimore has been incredible this year at shadowing receivers. He's done a very good job at limiting number one receivers when he has shadowed them. And so he's been playing solid football. So depending on who he's playing on, you're going to want to take the advantage of the other guys. The other guys are going to have a much easier go in this one. All right? All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining me as always. GreenlightDFS.com. Join the squad. I'm about to do the NBA high five video. Let's smash again. We damn near got a takedown last night, but a couple weird minutes. Last couple nights has been some weird, like guys in amazing spots just out of nowhere, just weird minutes. Just like play 16 minutes. You know what I mean? Like with LeBron James ruled out the other day. I took Taylor Horton Tucker at what I expected to be lower ownership, and I got it at lowish ownership. He played 16 minutes. Like, that's just crazy, ridiculous minutes. Last night, Eric Bledsoe played like 16, 17 minutes. I expected more out of him, or we would have got the takedown if Bledsoe stayed in that game at the end and ran it up like Terrence Mann did, who we had in at low ownership as well. So it was a good day in general. I'm excited to get a streak going there. In NFL, Week 13 starting it off with a smash, man. Week 12 was a rough week for us. It's been rare that we've had rough weeks. Like, normally if we lose the main slate, we've been able to get it back on Showdown, but the Showdowns and the main were rough for Week 12. But Week 13, it's just bounce back spot, baby. We've had an amazing season. We're 8-4 going into this week, so I'm excited to get right back to it and go 9-4 this week. All right, peace out, y'all.